Hey guys, welcome back to another amazing episode of Bitches Who Brunch. I am your head bitch in charge, Miss Vonnie Lynn, as always, and I have my gorgeous co-host with me, the Miss Marlene. Say hello.
Hey guys, how's it going?
I am so excited for this episode. So this episode, we are going, well, first of all, we are going back to our show roots and not, this is not a live episode. This is going to be a pre-recorded episode. So our, pretty much like 5 episodes from this one are going to be pre-recorded until we hit our mid-season finale, and that is going to be our live episode. So we look forward to seeing all you guys on there. But this is your first time really doing a recorded episode, right?
Yeah, I definitely miss the lives. This is new for me. I don't know if I like it very much, but hey, let's go with it.
So today's episode, we're going to get a little bit on the serious side with this episode today. So we are going to be talking about cheating, everything that entails. So our first topic is going to be cheating 101. We're just going to hit you guys with some facts and talk and touch on what we consider to be cheating.
Our second topic is going to be micro cheating, and are you doing it? Bonnie, you're going to have to enlighten me on what that is because I have no idea.
It's honestly a lot of people like the term micro cheating is sort of like a newer term that's come along in the last few years, but it it's definitely interesting. So I can't wait to get into that one with you. And then we are going to talk about how to successfully stay together after cheating or enter a new healthy relationship. So
Oh, I'm
y'all know
interested in
me.
that.
So y'all know me. Let's jump right in. Marlene, gargle some of that drink.
Oh God, I have like phlegm in my throat. Hold on, I'm gonna do this. Is actually let me the Mountain Valley spring water, guys. If you want great water.
Girl, I love it. That was way better than your gagging last week.
I don't throw up. I don't gag. No gag reflex.
Here we go. Just for funsies. We like doing it for funsies, remember?
Yeah.
So cheating 101. Now, okay, cheating. First of all, have you
Serious
ever cheated,
topic.
Marlene?
Have I ever cheated? Yes, I've cheated.
You know, I wonder if it's too much to say like everyone's cheated at one point.
Um, I think that, the vast majority, like 99.9% of people have cheated. You have your like few outliers that probably have never cheated. But the majority, I think it's safe to say that, yeah.
Right? So
Yeah.
there are nine main reasons why people cheat. That's like the biggest question, I think, is
Mm,
like why?
why?
Why did you cheat? Why was I cheated on? That's the number one question. So I've cheated and I've been cheated on. So I,
Mm,
can see it from both ways, but it's always why. It's always the question why.
why? I know.
So why do you think are some reasons that people cheat? We'll see if it's on this top 9 list.
I would think like maybe you don't feel like any connection with your partner anymore. It could be that, there is still like a solid foundation, but maybe like the spark is gone and maybe you're just trying to like fill that void. To me, I feel like they're trying to fill a void. I feel like when
Uh,
you cheat, it's like you're trying to fill a void of whatever it may be, whether
so
it's,
what you just said is actually the number 1 reason why
yeah,
people cheat, lack of emotional connection.
yeah,
And I mean, I get that. I really do. But, like, I guess for me, it's like if there's no emotional connection, I'm gonna talk about it. I'm gonna
yeah,
I'm gonna ask questions, I'm gonna communicate and stuff. I'm gonna do that now. 23-year-old me wouldn't give a shit.
yeah. I feel like people do struggle with having conversations like that, and I can't speak for everybody, but I do see, like, women will bite their tongue about a lot, just to kind of, like, keep the peace or whatever the case may be. Like, not me, though, like, maybe I should bite my tongue sometimes, but I don't, so, like you, I'm gonna be vocal about it, like, almost immediately, like, we're gonna when I sense something, like, different in the air, um, I'm like, "Hey, what's going on?" Like, I'll address it, you know what I mean? 'Cause I don't know, I'm just not one to bite my tongue and just kind of go with the flow of things.
I think that's also the curse of the overthinker,
Yeah.
because overthinkers, we notice any like the smallest insyncrasy. And I'm gonna ask questions like, "What? Like, what's going on? You're
The
moving different."
kindness. Yeah, it's crazy, and I'm definitely an overthinker, like, I notice the slightest, like, tone change or mannerisms
Or like a routine change, like
or
especially if your partner is pretty routine at doing something, and then all
stops.
of a
Yeah.
sudden, yeah. So, the second reason is anger. Anger is going to be the second reason. That's like if you're angry at your partner for something, they do it out of spite.
Mm,
That one to me is probably the scariest one, because you're constantly going to be worried about upsetting your partner. Is am I going to aggravate them so much that they're going to go and cheat? Am I going to piss them off enough they're going to DM another girl?
I've had that. I've had that, but it wasn't like a outburst anger, it was a very silent anger that they had, a very silent anger, and so that anger would then, you know, turn into being loosely.
Mhm. Now, and keep in mind, this goes both ways. I want our listeners to understand we are not male bashing here. We are not,
No,
just saying this is men, men, men. This
women
is
too.
men and women. Men and
Mhm.
women will do this.
Yeah.
So, the second reason is esteem. They
Mhm.
wanted to validate themselves. They weren't feeling sexy enough, or like they brought that sex appeal. So they needed some quick validation for that.
Right.
And that's number 2, but that's man, I don't know. I don't know if I could, like, if I got cheated on, and I'd be like, "Well, why'd you cheat on me?" "Well, I wanted to hear my dick was big." Like, "What?" I don't think I could come back from that. That would be like an ender.
I think that a lot of people have experienced this is like way left field. I think a lot of people have experienced a lot of trauma, maybe growing up. Not a lot, but
Mhm.
not everyone, but a lot of people. And I think that somehow in adulthood, that trauma gets kind of it represses and then it kind of shows up in different areas. Um, that does suck though. Cheating is not something fun at all. Especially when your partner feels like just like they don't look good enough, they don't feel good enough. That's like an inside personal issue, I feel like.
Yep. Um, Usually it's like a lack of what they're lacking, the person that's doing the cheating. Like that's what they are lacking, something that they need to work on themselves with, because they need that validation for themselves.
Yeah.
The fourth one is going to be lack of love. That person just isn't in love with you, doesn't love you. The love is not there.
I feel like
Um,
that goes back to number 1, the lack of connection.
well, you can be connected with someone doesn't necessarily mean that you love them.
Ah, that's true.
So I think there's a little bit of a division there, but certainly love comes with connection. Connection comes with love, sometimes. So I can see where those two can get muddled. The other one is lack of commitment. They
Yeah,
just they can't commit. So maybe they want to commit. Maybe they
yeah,
want to commit, and they, are like, yeah, no, I want to do this. I want to be monogamous, and some of those, well, no, we'll get into that one a little a little lower down. I was gonna get into like a reason why they can't commit, but
mhm.
so a need for variety is another one. They have that one should a need for variety.
Hey, man.
The
We did have an episode about, different relationship styles, and
Yeah, yeah.
not always monogamy, like, you know what I mean? I hate to say that, like, cheating is kind of something that you should get used to, but I feel like, it's a lot to do with someone's what's going on with the person inside that's cheating, not necessarily the other person. And I feel like as a society, we get so just scorned. Women get scorned, men get scorned, but it's really not anything to do with you. It really has a lot to do with that person and what they're dealing with.
Unless it was cheating out of anger and out of spite, then I mean, it still has to do with the person that actually did it, but
Yeah.
that's one that it's like you're scorned. I can see why. Like they did this to be a dick to you. That literally is they were doing it to be an asshole.
That's hurtful. That's very
Mhm.
hurtful. And again, something's so wrong inside of them that needs to
So
be.
so the next reason is neglect. That's if you are
Mhm,
neglecting your partner, neglecting their needs, neglecting, their wants and
mhm.
stuff. That is a reason why people say that they cheat because they
Yeah,
were
basically,
neglected.
just holding out sex on your partner and not being, you know, physical.
Yeah, I mean that, or for women, I think for men, that's what it is when their wife is being prudish or their wife doesn't want to do certain things with them, like oral or anal or whatever. They'll go look find it somewhere else. For women, I
Mhm,
think a lot of women don't do it because their husband's holding out withholding sex or anything like that. I think for women, it's more of an emotional neglect,
mhm.
that they feel. Um, that ends up, they end up being with someone else. But the next one is sexual desire. So that's what we're talking about, like what I was going to mention earlier, the sexual desire they have, just sexual wants and needs and stuff that the other person just doesn't want to try or fulfill. Or maybe they're a sex addict. And I really think if you're a sex addict, that's a conversation you need to have with the person that you are looking to get into a relationship with.
Yeah, definitely. That needs to be said.
And it's like, and maybe that person doesn't realize that they are a sex addict because some sex addicts do like deal with their addictions through porn, and they're porn addicts and
Mhm.
stuff. And they think it's harmless because it's porn, but some people consider porn cheating, which we'll get into in a little while when we talk about what constitutes cheating, like what we think is cheating. So sexual desire is the number 8 reason. Now, the last reason is situational. Now, situational means I was drunk. I didn't know what I was doing. Like, stuff like that. Like, I think the drunk one is pretty much, or I was high, or I was, it just happened. Like,
I always
I,
feel like that drunk, excuse is like, come on. I mean, how drunk do you have to be? I feel like those thoughts are already kind of there. You're already kind of premeditatively thinking it, and then you drink and you take a little bit more action because you're less guarded, you're less aware, you know what I mean? You're a little bit,
absolutely, your
yeah.
inhibitions are lowered.
But I'm very
And
big on, being responsible for your actions, even when intoxicated.
oh, yes, absolutely. Because look at us. We have been blackout, and it's funnily enough, we've never landed on anyone's dick. So,
Yeah, surprisingly enough, no.
surprisingly enough, we've never landed on anyone's penis. So, I mean, I do get being drunk, inebriated, and stuff like that. If you have not been roofied, I will not accept that as an excuse
Right.
or a real reason. Like,
Mhm.
don't give me that. Don't
Yeah,
give me that. Like, because even in your drunkest state, why weren't you drunk dialing me? Why weren't you calling me? Why weren't you
right.
looking for me?
Right.
You
Yes.
know?
Yes. Uh-huh.
So it's just bullshit. To me, it's bullshit, but whatever.
Yeah.
Those are the top 9 reasons that people, men and women, gave for why they cheat. Um, so you mentioned that you cheated before. What was your reason for cheating?
It was the lack of connection, I believe. I was dating someone that was working, and this is terrible because I mean, but again, I was young. Um, Not that it's an excuse, but I was dating someone that worked a lot. And, you just don't have any time with that person. And after months and months and months and months of working, basically the whole entire day when we're not sleeping, it's like, well, we're not talking, we're not spending time together. We just didn't prioritize like our date nights. We didn't prioritize, quality time together. And eventually it started to feel like they were a roommate to me. And then there had been cheating in the past on their end. So it was just kind of something that, you know what I mean? I made an excuse for because I wasn't happy and I wasn't being given that quality time. So I found it elsewhere. Um, and that's that.
Mm. And for me, when I did it, me too, me as well, I was younger, but I, I want to say it was because of neglect. And another thing that a reason why that it's not listed on here, but and I don't know if it would fall under the realm of neglect,
Mhm.
but also abuse. So I was with someone who was very mentally and emotionally abusive,
Yeah.
and it was just bad. Someone who always like beat down at your self-esteem and
Yeah.
just like horrible. Like someone that
Yeah.
you couldn't really talk to anymore. I couldn't really go to him anymore as a partner. And it just every day constantly hearing you're not good enough and why he thinks you're not good enough and talking about the way you look or just your mannerisms, how you the sound of your voice, like stuff like that. So
Yeah.
it was just for me it was a lot of neglect and abuse, I guess, why I turned to someone else.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think with that, it's like, well, first, I hate that you went through that and it sucks. And I'm so sorry. And I also share your pain because I've also been in relationships like that, with like my kid's father, very abusive, verbally, physically abusive, just crazy things that y'all probably would not even believe if I told you. Because again, life looks so great on the outside or on the internet, but in reality, behind closed doors, things happen to people, and I think it's important, number one, since we're talking about abuse, that you absolutely tell someone you do not live with abuse. You tell someone close, you make a plan to get out of the situation and do not consider fixing that situation. Abuse is a deal breaker. That's the final straw. That's it. With that being said, yeah, I can see how you would be just grasping out for any kind of safety net just to try to escape the situation and the hell that you're going through. And being in an abusive relationship, it is hell. It's hell on earth. Um, and it's traumatizing. It doesn't just it changes you. It changes who you are. It changes with everything about you and how you process things. So that's
Yeah.
hard.
And that is definitely some trauma you take on with you to, for it stays with you. It stays with you for a while.
Uh-huh.
But yes, that's and it's I mean it's funny, but it's not funny, ha ha, that you're like, yes, my kid's father. Whatever the relationship I was speaking about was with my kid's father.
Yeah.
So it's like, holy shit. They just, how it goes hand in hand. That was something that was years and years and years, that
Ugh,
I dealt with. And am I proud that I cheated? Like, no, of
no.
course. I don't think anyone's proud when they cheat,
No.
and stuff like that. But that is a reason. So,
Yeah.
but let's get into what we constitute as cheating. So I'm going to read you a list of what the seven seven things that people say to them are considered cheating, actual cheating.
Oh Lord.
So obviously sex with someone else, kissing someone else, pornography use, cam sex online, like doing the whole cam sex thing
Mhm.
with the online models, oral sex, foreplay, and sending nudes. So, so obviously, sex with someone else you think is cheating, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
So, kissing someone else, would you consider that cheating? Yes.
Yes, I would consider that cheating, but sometimes people steal kisses and it's unwarranted. So I don't know.
So it'd be situational, like
But then again, why are you that close? I don't
period.
know.
I'd be like, no, hold on. But why
Yeah,
were you in a position with this person for them to even think
that they
that
could kiss you
they
like
could
that.
come in and get a kiss?
Yeah, yeah.
Like what was going on there?
Right.
Like, yeah. No. Okay. How about pornography use?
Before I was cheated on, actually, I would think that pornography use was cheating, but then I was actually cheated on, and I was like, oh, that doesn't hurt so bad anymore.
So
But I
is
was really young. I feel
pornography
like
behind your back something that you would be willing to tolerate and you don't consider that cheating?
I think the only reason that I'd be willing to tolerate it is because I used to watch pornography as well. So I would be hypocritical if I said that it was cheating because I did it myself. I didn't consider it cheating. I wasn't being emotional with anybody else. It was just, you know what I mean, self pleasure, and then that was it.
I think it would have to be a conversation for me.
Yeah.
If at the
Mhm.
beginning of the relationship, I mean, when you obviously should be setting those boundaries and,
Mhm.
what you both think is cheating, like you and your partner and stuff. Now, if my partner was like, if we talked about it and we both decided like, okay, porn is off the table and this and that, then and if I were to catch them, then I would consider it cheating because we both decided, look, this isn't going to be something that we do. And even at that, the pornography thing would be a conversation. I just wouldn't leave somebody for that portion of it. I'd be like, okay, why were you doing it? Like, what was the need? What was the, you know, you know what I mean? That's a
Yeah.
conversation. But
Yeah.
I will say, like with pornography, it like it, with men, it's troublesome in relationships because first of all, it sets unrealistic expectations. It gives them
Mhm.
that dopamine rush and everything, and they're so used to getting that from the
Mhm.
pornography that in real life, they don't get that from sexual situations and stuff because it's not the ridiculous porn style type
Mhm.
that they're looking for and used to. So the more that they use the pornography, the more detrimental it's going to be to your relationship.
Uh-huh. I think that at that point it could probably be a mental health issue that needs to be addressed with your partner. You need to consider them a sick person if they're using pornography to the point where they can't control themselves or stop themselves. Then you have a sick partner and you need to treat them like a sick partner and you need to get them help or they need to get help. And
Some kind of counseling or
some
something.
kind of counseling or therapy could be helpful, I think, in that situation. I would now that I look back about it in my life, I could say that I was addicted to pornography at one point in my life, and it's true. And it just, you don't even think about it, but it's true.
Mhm. Because and I'm going to touch on this a little bit and not go into further detail about it. I'm going to let our listeners speculate. But because I did work in the pornography industry for so long, I just, for me, it's hard to watch it. Like I can watch it, but I end up watching it like it's a movie, not to get any kind of sexual pleasure out of it or anything like that. Because when you work in the industry, you see things, things, and it's like it takes all of
You
the
smell
fun out.
things. No, I'm just kidding.
You
You
remember
smell things.
you
You're
remember
like,
smells, it's horrible.
she's like, I can smell this fucking video right now.
It's
So
disgusting.
gross.
It's disgusting. So the
It's
the
not all what it looks out to be, guys.
it really isn't. It's hilarious. So, like, I don't like whenever, like, I masturbate or wanna pleasure myself or anything like that, I'm really good with my imagination, so I'm okay. Then I all of a sudden have a photographic memory, all of a sudden, out of nowhere. But, um, so the next one is cam sex, like online, like kinda like OnlyFans stuff and everything, or like whenever you are like on a video call with someone and you guys are both masturbating or whatever, do you consider that cheating?
If it's not discussed beforehand, then yeah, you're doing some shady shit. But I mean, at the end of the day, they gotta make their money somehow. So if that's how they make their money, like what's wrong with that? Like let them make their money.
No,
But
get it,
no,
girl. Just make their money with somebody
mhm,
else's man, not mine, because I
it,
will fuck
oh
mine
yeah.
up.
Oh no, 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 no. If it was my
So,
man watching a cam girl, I'd be like, hold the fucking phone. What? You better FaceTime me right now. I will be a cam girl real quick in 2.5 seconds.
period.
What?
You could even put on a wig. You could be somebody else. Call
I
me a
will put on
different
an
name,
outfit,
whatever.
a wig, what toy you want me to use. Like what? What?
Yeah, no, for me that would be cheating also. So, oral sex, definitely cheating.
Oh my
Like,
god. Oh.
yeah.
Oh. You're making me mad. I'm getting mad because sex is one thing, but you going down on this bitch too, that's a whole fucking other ball game. Like we're gonna fight. We will fight. Don't you ever bring another bitch pussy mouth over here to me. No.
No,
Sorry, edit that.
no, and we will not. It will stay in.
Dang it.
Um, but you see, and for me, it's like that too. And for me, it's like you put your dick in some other girl's mouth.
I
I
will I will hurt
no,
you.
no, like
Uh-uh.
absolutely not.
That's
So,
mine.
okay, so foreplay. That means like
Touching
you
boobs,
know, like
kissing,
fingering
booty
another
rub.
girl or touching another girl's breasts or being in the I don't even like I really don't even like you breathing the same air as another woman, first of all.
Like, why
Um
yeah, like, don't even stand too close. Like, don't even look in that direction. Like, why are you looking? Look down. You can look up, down. There's a sky and there's a floor. Look those places.
no, seriously, like I'm like but to each their own. Maybe there's some people out there that don't consider fingering another girl um like cheating, but for me it's
Hey,
cheating. It's cheating.
it's cheating. It's cheating. But I
It's
mean, if you could have had sex and all you did was finger her, there might be a little bit of, control points there that you might get. It's like, look, I could have had sex, but we ended up just foreplay. I controlled myself. I don't know.
whoo, the amount of words that would fly out of my mouth with that.
Hey, sometimes you get in situations, and if you're brave enough if you're strong enough, strong-willed enough to be like, hey, this has got to stop. Then you're having some thoughts, some clear cut. I don't know. But if
Okay,
you're just
sending
foreplay and just a foreplay, ooh, baby.
mm, I'm because as easy as you could finger someone, I could get fingered. So kiss my ass, first of all. Stop. If I can say no, you can say no. You didn't say no, then I
See,
don't think
that's
we
the
need to be
thing too,
together.
though. Cheating is like, and from a girl's perspective, like guys are quick to cheat. But the second that you even like remotely even kind of indicate a little inkling of the whole, well, if you're gonna razzle, I'm gonna dazzle, guys are drama queens.
Yeah, no, no,
Drama.
definitely. They
Literally.
really are. They can't be it's like, "What? Why are you mad? I'm just doing what you're doing. What are you mad about, twin?" So but also
Uh-huh.
that's toxic, like, "Oh, I'm gonna match energies, I'm gonna do this," 'cause you can't like, with the cheating stuff with this stuff, I feel like this is one area where it's like, if you really want this relationship, you can't do that. There can't be
Right.
the, "I'm gonna get my lick back," or something like that. Because at that point, you don't need to be in a relationship with that person. Like,
Right.
it's just that's hurtful. Okay, so what about sending nudes? That's the last one on this list.
That is cheating.
That's cheating,
Because why is anyone looking at your private parts besides me? That's crazy.
period. Like, I think so too. Like, if I were to find out that my man is sending pictures of his penis out to other girls, I would consider that cheating.
I
That
double dog dare him to send pictures
I
to the girl. Because then your
I wish
family and
you
friends
would.
will immediately get it next.
I wish you
I'm
would.
just kidding.
She's not kidding. The whole
We will show
internet's
the
gonna
whole
see what you're
world.
so
We
proud
will show
about.
the whole world your new
Show the
pictures.
class. Show the class. So, yeah. So, how long do you think the average affair lasts? Because there's cheating and then there's actually having a full blown affair
Girl, I have seen some men with whole families
on the side,
on
right?
the side living
Like two
double lives.
lives. How do
Two
they do
lives.
that? That's so stressful.
Girl, I don't know how these men do it. Like, I would like to know. I'm just curious. Like, is your DNA different? Because I don't know how to do that. How do you have two lives? I mean, two whole separate lives. I've seen it many times. For that would be years. I think for the most cheating, me, I cannot. I'm not a good cheater. I'm like, I. It's written all over my face. I
It's-
can't cheat. I'll just tell you, I'm talking to so and so. I can't cheat.
so the average affair lasts for 2 years.
What?
2 years is the average length of an affair.
That makes sense. Actually, yeah. I
2 years. I
I
was
could
thinking
do that.
about it and I was like, oh,
That's how long mine's lasted. No, I'm just
that's
kidding.
true. That's 2 years.
Going on
Now,
3, baby.
go.
Going on 3.
So now, as like I was doing some research and I pulled up some statistics on this. So I'm going to give you some percentages on men and women when it comes to cheating. So when it comes to thinking about cheating, like in a monogamous relationship or in a marriage, um, 41% of men say that they've thought of cheating on their partner. They didn't do it, but they thought of cheating on their partner. And 28% of women said that they've thought of cheating on their partner. You see now, okay, I think this is a little ass backwards because I'm gonna call us females out. I really am. But I don't know. I feel like the women one should be higher. I'm like, some of them bitches lying.
They're
Like,
lying. They're
they're
lying. Women are lying.
they're liars.
Liar.
But that
Now
was
that I'm
just
an adult, I can see a lot. Women are bad.
I can I can honestly say
But they're bad.
that in past relationships, I've thought about cheating. I can honestly say there is maybe one relationship where I never thought about cheating, where it's not even a question. It's not even a
I've had
it's
one. I've had one relationship. No, I lie. I lie. I've had two. I've had two relationships where I've never cheated. Um,
the
yeah.
yeah. And it's my current relationship. My current relationship, I it's never been a thought, not even from day one, like or
Mhm.
on his part either. You know, it's but I'm also in one of the most extremely healthy relationships that I've ever been in, um, which is
Yeah.
new. And when you get into relationships like this and you're so used to this toxicity and stuff,
Mm.
it's you find yourself almost trying to self-sabotage it without even realizing it and stuff because you were so used to the
Habits
messy.
or
The
behaviors.
messy, yeah. Yeah. So,
I
you
will
know,
say that too, though. I think like what I consider my healthiest relationship was the relationship where I just had no, absolutely zero desire to cheat, and just pour into that person. And
yeah.
then another one was when I was married. Obviously, I took those vows very seriously, and I did not
Mhm.
cheat during that relationship at all. That was, not a question.
You see, but I'm talking about, like, just thinking about cheating and stuff. So there have been I've had a handful of relationships where I did not cheat, or it's not like I cheated on every relationship and stuff like that. N 8 times out of 10, I've been the one that's been I have a problem being
Girl, now that
loyal to a fault.
now that I think about it, I think I've only been faithful in one relationship.
Oh, you dirty, dirty whore.
What is wrong with me? Well, in my defense, I was going through a separation and divorce. Okay. But
Okay, okay.
technically, the girl was dating. Wow.
I love this epiphany for you.
I don't know if I like it. I was like, man, I should have cheated on his ass. If anybody,
The one you didn't.
damn it. Love that man. Shit. Uh,
But no, I do. I have a track record of being loyal to a fault. You know that. You know
yep.
that. You know and case in point, the incident last night with the person last night, like I was loyal to a fault to that person and for what? They were so hurtful, continue to be hurtful towards me, and stuff like that. So, like this, cheating thing or whatever with me has been like
Me and Vonnie are real quiet this episode because we some cheating assholes.
but I like, that I think that's growth when you can admit to it, admit that yes, you have done it, and you move on from that because like I don't know, I feel like everybody at some point in their life has cheated in some way, just like everybody lies. You know what I mean? Like I love meeting people like I don't lie. That's bullshit. Everybody lies, even if it's a little white lie. It's something like so. I mean, I just and it's kind of shaping like well, everyone's cheated and this and that. That doesn't necessarily mean they're going to cheat on you, or that it just means that we're all humans
Mhm.
and we all you know just
Yeah.
grow and evolve and change. And sometimes, like, it's almost like saying cheating's a way of life, but it's not like for some people it is.
It's
But
not
I think it's
necessarily.
something that you go through. It's part of character development, you know?
It is.
So
It's character
I just,
development. You live and learn.
I,
I
and I'm,
Cheating is not something that I go into a relationship thinking like, oh, okay, I'm
mhm.
eventually gonna cheat. Like when I go into a relationship, like I genuinely want love. I genuinely want loyalty, commitment, and things. But typically guys cheat. I'm a girl, so I can only say what from experience. Guys cheat, and they don't stop. They don't stop. So where does that leave you? You know what I mean? Like sitting there like a dodo brain, like just sitting there taking it. I will say, one relationship, I did sit there and I took it. I took it, which was sad.
Oh,
But
I took it in a lot of relationships. I'm an idiot.
yeah,
But I'm
yeah, I
on
took
that no
it.
more. I'm
Yeah.
on that no more.
No,
But
cheating is to me is like, I mean, if you have to cheat, like you shouldn't be in that relationship. You just
mm,
shouldn't be in it. Cheating and abuse are just deal breakers. They're deal breakers. There's no, I don't know. Well, I guess we're going to talk about it in topic 3 of how to get
how to get
past
past it.
cheating. I don't know. We need to spend more time on that topic because that's the one I need education
So
on.
let's get more into these statistics. So actual cheating, 57% of men say they have actually cheated in their current relationship, where 54% of women say they have cheated in their relationship.
Yeah.
So those are big numbers. That's
So
big.
basically, if there's 2 of us, one of us is cheating. That
Not
don't
me
look
call
good.
not me texting my man immediately after this
That's
episode.
not good.
What
Those
do
are,
we do?
I don't like the way those statistics line up because
No, I kid. Um, uh, so let's get into where do you think they cheat the most?
work,
So
fuck work. I'm like,
work.
look, you work from home. Figure out how to be a working from home entrepreneur, whatever. Remote work from home.
Okay, so 35% of people say they cheated on business trips.
Yep.
36% cheated with coworkers.
Yep.
31% said they cheated with best friends or relatives.
What? Huh? Who? Oh,
Best friends or relatives.
Marlene like a bitch.
Oh, bitch, but like,
I'm a mess. Okay. I knew it was at work.
74% of men said if they knew they would never get caught, they would cheat all the time.
They ain't shit.
They should.
But why? Were they asked why?
74% of men ain't shit. Ladies,
Damn.
that's a big percentage.
That is a huge. So basically, if you got 4 friends, 3 of them ain't shit. Okay, you see 4 male friends, 3 of those friends are not shit. Hopefully, your man is the one that is worth a damn.
So that's like what, 26% of men that are okay, that they won't do it even if they know they won't get. See, I'd like to think, well, it's like I know. It's like I don't think I know. My man is in that 26%.
Period.
So, period. I'm happy about that. Um, so those statistics are crazy.
That is
Crazy.